Welcome to Mad About podcast with me, Maddy Alexander-Grout. This is the podcast where we talk about money, life and business for neurodivergents. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the ADHD funk hole. And what that is, it's basically where I've been for the last 4 months. No motivation, lack of focus, feeling like everybody hates me, feeling like I need to go and eat worms in the garden. Yes, granted, my PMDD has been having a little bit of a spiral recently. My hormones have been all over the fuck show, but I have been in a bad place for the last 4 months and I'm on my way out. Now, I can see what's going on in the world at the moment, and there's lots of heavy shit going on. And I think that some of that has been contributing to the way that I've been feeling. But it's also been a lot of me in there. A lot of impostor syndrome, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of feeling like actually I can't do it. And I'm not going to lie, I have been stuck in victim mindset. I have been in victim mode for the last 4 months. And when you're stuck in victim mode, everything feels really fucking heavy and you don't want to show up. You don't want to do the things. Like, I'm visible as fuck. I show up all the time. Yes, I've been posting. Yes, I've been doing TikToks, but have I been showing up as me? Probably not, because I've been going through it. Like, I have been stuck in limbo for the last, 6 months or so. And the last 4 months, I've really let it get to me. So a few things have been going on in my personal life. So my grandma was at end of life and she passed away on her birthday. I mean, got to give the woman credit. She did a lap around the sun and went, fuck this shit for a laugh. I'm done with life. And she exited on her 92nd birthday, which was kind of poetic in a weird way. So I had all of that to deal with, and I was quite close with my grandma, so it was a bit of a tough time for me. I've also been trying to move house for the last 6 months. We put an offer in on a house in January, that fell through. I manifested it because I really wanted that house, and 2 doors down that was almost identical came up, and I was like, right, we need that. So we put an offer in, and it's just not gone to plan. There was no chain. But still, it's taken us 6 months. We wanted to complete before the stamp duty deadline, so it's cost us more money. Hasn't happened, but hopefully very, very soon I'll be able to give you some good news and say, actually, we are moving house. Because I cannot wait to separate my children. I'm not going to lie, like, they live in the same bedroom, they don't have any personal space, and it's been a bit difficult because they fight like cat and dog, and it's difficult. But anyway, stuff's been going on. My membership took a really big dip. And, it takes a lot for me to say that because I always talk about how successful my membership is. And to a certain extent, it has been really successful. But because I've not been in the best place, I've not been showing up in my true form, and I've not been giving it as much attention as I'd like to, I also decided to move to a new platform. And ADHDers, they don't like change. A lot of people don't like having a new platform or an extra place to go to. So I've come to the conclusion that actually the best way forward is to have 2 different options. So for people who do want to go to the new platform, there is an opportunity to do that. And for people who don't, they can just stay in the Facebook group and it's all good. And I still give value in both places. So that's made me feel a bit less stuck. But getting out of this funk hole has not been easy. I have really struggled with my mental health. Now, one of the first things that I started to do to get myself out of the funk hole, and it sounds really silly, I started making my bed in the morning. When you make your bed, it just somehow feels like you're ready for the day. So that helped me. I've also started to turn my phone off and leave it upstairs at 9:30 at night. So I don't go to bed thinking about businessy things. I don't go to bed with RSD because I've seen somebody posting something online that I don't like. Because that's the problem, isn't it? When you're an ADHD business owner, RSD, rejection sensitivity dysphoria, sneaks in at the most inopportune times. So I've made those 2 decisions. So starting my day right, getting up, filling up my water bottle first thing in the morning, and then filling it up at lunch. So I'm hydrating myself. Take a little sip just for good luck. That's been really, really helpful. Like, actually, my brain fog is not nearly as bad since I started drinking more water. It takes 66 days to form a new habit for neurotypical people. right? So think about that from a neurodivergent perspective. Like, we start doing these things, but after like day 10 or whatever, we forget to do them. But actually, if we stick to those habits, and yes, we might have fuck ups along the way where we don't do the thing, but if we stick to those habits, it helps us to get out of the funk hole. So I've been doing more stuff for me. Like, every Sunday I'll have a bath and I'll do a face mask and like a body scrub and like, nice things so that I feel nice in myself. I've started putting makeup on every day, which is not a very Maddy thing to do because I don't really like wearing makeup, and I often forget to put it. I've got puffy eyes today because I forgot to take it off last night. But putting on makeup just makes me feel a bit fresher and a bit more ready for the day. I've been taking supplements. So I've been taking vitamin D3 and K2. I've been taking magnesium. I've been taking lion's mane. I've also consistently been taking my ADHD meds, which I hadn't been doing for a while. And it does make a bit of a difference. So those things were things that I'd started to do. I cleared up some of my Facebook feed, and I unfollowed people who didn't bring me joy. In fact, I actively unfollowed people who were starting to make me feel not very good about myself. And that felt really good. Like, sometimes it's just good. You don't have to unfriend people, you can just hide them so you don't have to see what they post on social media. I think there's a lot of fakery and bullshittery that goes on in the social media world, the online world. And, not everybody is thriving. It's just that not everybody has the guts to say that they've been in a funk hole. So I have been in a funk hole, and it's not been pleasant. There's been a lot of crying. There's been a lot of low moods, and there's been a lot of soul searching. But actually, I have come to the conclusion that I'm really fucking good at what I do. I'm really fucking good at what I do. I've revamped my course, Amplify Your Influence, which is launching at the end of August. Really excited about that. I've refreshed my membership, and that's decluttered some space. I've got some new clients, which is great, and actually I do have some space for a couple more. If you've got access to work and you're looking for a coach to help you, I help people with money, life and business. So whatever you are struggling with, I can help. I'm not a coachy coach. I'm not going to ask you like, how does that make you feel? I'm just going to help you with the strategy and the hacks and the things that I've done in my life that actually help people to push one step forward every day. But that's where I've been for a while. And mindset is something that is actually really important when you run a business or when you're trying to manage your money. If you are stuck in the funk hole, the only way that you can get yourself out of it really is by changing your mindset. And I know that sounds hard, but baby steps. Start telling yourself positive things. Write down in a journal. So I've got this one, which I've just bought, and it says, sometimes amazing people forget how amazing they are. This is your reminder. Okay. This is my Maddy 2.0, right? So Maddy 2.0 is going to be a different person, a more confident person. I am on my weight loss journey, and I'm not losing weight because I think I'm fat. Like, I'm slightly overweight, not bothered about that. Like, it's not about how I look or how I feel. It's about my health. It's about my hips. I'm very aware that I put a lot of weight on my hips, and I could do with those hurting less. So that's kind of why I'm doing it. It's got nothing to do with my body image, because do you know what? I look quite cracking naked. I'm not gonna lie. My husband seems to think so anyway. But it's about me getting healthier, me getting fitter, me trying to do a bit more exercise. So I'm trying to do 15 minutes of like kitchen dancing or exercise, or just something that just gives me a bit of a boost, especially in the morning. So if I wake up feeling low, I've also stopped scrolling social media in the mornings. Worst thing you can do. I still open social media because I have to do my post reviews for my membership, and I have to do a couple of things. I have to post myself, but I've stopped scrolling, and that's really important because it really does clear your mind, and then you're not going to get influenced by anybody else. I've started to stay more in my own lane. I'm not getting bothered by what other people are doing. I'm just doing my own thing, and the people that like me, the people that want to be in my world, will come with me on this journey because I have started to develop my future self. I was in a place where I was hurt by something, and I was angry, and I was frustrated, and I wasn't necessarily the person who I would normally be under those circumstances. I felt rejected. I felt like I wasn't good enough. And that's really played on my mind for the past 4 months. And I'm fucking done with it. I'm chucking it in the fuck it bucket and I am moving on because Maddy 2.0 is going to be a very different person. Not just from a perspective of like business, but I'm going to make more money. I'm going to feel more free. I'm going to be healthier. I'm going to spend more time with my children, more time with my husband. I am doing these things to improve myself, but also to get the fuck out of that ADHD funk hole. Because when you're in it, it's all consuming. You feel overstimulated. You feel overwhelmed. You feel oversensory stimulated. Like everything that happens just tips you that one step further over the edge. So start making some positive changes. Make your bed in the morning. Drink more water. Set reminders if you forget to do these things. I've started to write my new book. So my new book is all about ADHD and small business. So it's about running your business when you've got ADHD, starting a business when you've got ADHD, and keeping your mindset really focused. Because if you think that you're not going to make any money, if you think your business is failing, you're telling the universe that that's actually what is happening. And that's not what we need to be doing. So start giving yourself some positivity. Start paying yourself some compliments. Start a little journal or a book of positive things that happen to you. If somebody says something nice or if one of your clients has a win, write it down. Okay? We are not going to go into August with a shitty, funky mindset. We want a positive mindset and we want motivation. August doesn't have to be dead. If you are thinking that August is dead, come and join Amplify Your August with me. It's running from the 1st of August to the 14th of August. You might see this a bit late, but there will be replays available. And yeah, come and hang out in the Invisible to Influential membership. If you are a business owner and you're thinking, I need a bit of motivation, I need a bit of a kick up the bum. That's what I do. I'm a cheerleader and I haven't been cheerleading as well as I usually do because I've been in this funk hole. So funk hole is gone. Maddy 2.0 is coming in. I want you all on this journey with me. If you like this podcast, subscribe to it, share with your friends, leave a review if you can. Follow me on TikTok, Mad About Money Official, or Instagram, Maddy Talks Money. Or just come and join, come and be in my world. Download the Mad About app. Like it's a free community. Just check out any of my links in my bios. But this is your kick up the bum. This is your I'm going to grab the next quarter by its horns and I'm going to fucking ride it like a devil. Okay? I'm Maddy Alexander-Grout and I will see you next time.